Picture a land where the sun shines brightly almost every day, where the endless blue of the sea meets golden beaches and rugged cliffs. This is a place where the air is filled with the scent of olive trees and wild herbs, and the sound of waves echoes through ancient coves. Amidst these breathtaking landscapes, you'll find towering rocky mountains and dramatic hillsides. This was ancient Greece, a land as beautiful as it was mysterious. Here, thousands of years ago, some of humanity's greatest ideas were born: democracy, science, philosophy, art, and even the Olympic Games. These ideas continue to shape our world today. Ancient Greece wasn't a single country, but a patchwork of independent city-states, each with its own government, army, and unique traditions. Famous city-states like Athens and Sparta often competed fiercely, sometimes even going to war, but a shared language, religion, and culture united them as Greeks. The mountainous landscape kept communities apart, making it difficult for any one ruler to unite all Greeks under a single banner. Each city-state developed its own identity. Yet the sea was their highway. It connected these scattered city-states, turning Greeks into skilled sailors, explorers, and traders who traveled far and wide. We study ancient Greece because they dared to ask questions we still ponder today. What is justice? How should we govern ourselves? They built magnificent temples, wrote epic poems like the Iliad and Odyssey, and created art, drama, and stories that continue to inspire and move us centuries later. By exploring ancient Greece, we uncover the roots of our own society, discovering how their achievements and struggles still echo in our lives. Their legacy is woven into the very fabric of our modern world, reminding us that the stories, ideas, and dreams of the past continue to shape our future. Long before the rise of Athens and Sparta, the seeds of Greek civilization were sown by the Minoans on the island of Crete. The Minoans were pioneers, constructing grand palaces like the famous Knossos. They became expert sailors and traders, navigating the seas with skill and spreading their influence far and wide. Their vibrant art, characterized by colorful frescoes and intricate pottery, captured the imagination of all who encountered it. Meanwhile, on the Greek mainland, the Mycenaeans emerged as a formidable force. These warriors built fortified citadels, such as the iconic Lion Gate at Mycenae, and ruled with an iron fist, their power extending across the region. While they borrowed cultural elements from the Minoans, the Mycenaeans added a distinct military edge. Their world, filled with tales of heroism and conquest, inspired the epic stories of Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. These tales of gods and heroes' archaeological discoveries have revealed that legends like the fall of Troy were deeply rooted in real Mycenaean history, blending myth with reality. Mycenaean kings commanded vast armies and controlled extensive trade networks, their influence reaching far beyond their borders. Yet, around 1200 BCE, their civilization mysteriously collapsed. Palaces were reduced to ruins, trade routes disappeared, and the art of writing, as seen in the Linear B tablets, was lost to time. Historians continue to debate the causes of this decline, whether it was due to war, invasion, natural disaster, or famine. The result was a long period of darkness and decline. The end of the Bronze Age plunged Greece into a shadowy era where much of the past was forgotten. Yet, the memory of these early civilizations endured, echoing through Greek culture and mythology, influencing generations to come. Their stories and achievements set the stage for the classical age of Greece, a new dawn that would shape the future of Western civilization. After the mighty Mycenaeans fell, Greece entered what we now call the Dark Ages, a mysterious era with little writing, no grand palaces, and few monumental buildings. The once bustling cities faded into silence, and much of what was known seemed to vanish into the shadows of history. People scattered into small, isolated villages, where daily life revolved around farming, herding, and simply surviving. Society was no longer ruled by kings, but by local chieftains who led their communities through uncertain times. Yet even in this darkness, change simmered beneath the surface. Iron tools gradually replaced bronze, making farming and building a bit easier and more efficient. This quiet technological shift would have a lasting impact on Greek life. With few written records, oral storytelling became the lifeblood of Greek culture. bards and elders recited epic tales of heroes, gods, and legendary battles, forging a shared Greek identity and keeping memories of the past alive. These stories, passed down for generations by word of mouth, would eventually be written down by poets like Homer, preserving them for all time. By 800 BCE, Greece began to recover. Trade revived as Greek ships sailed to distant lands, and a new alphabet, borrowed from the Phoenicians, brought back the art of writing, allowing ideas and stories to be recorded once more. This marked the beginning of the Archaic period, a true new dawn for Greek culture, art, and society. The Greeks reconnected with the wider world, exchanging goods, ideas, and innovations, setting the stage for the incredible achievements that would follow. The darkness slowly lifted as creativity, learning, and curiosity returned to Greek life, sparking a cultural revival. The seeds of a remarkable civilization were about to sprout, ready to transform the world. From hardship and struggle, a new Greek world was born, one filled with hope, resilience, and ambition. Their journey was just beginning, and the story of Greece was far from over. As Greece emerged, city-states called flourished, each fiercely independent. Among them, Athens and Sparta stood out, opposites in almost every way. Athens near the sea thrived on trade, art, and democracy, valuing education and open debate. Boys learned to read, write, and think critically, and the city buzzed with creativity. Sparta, landlocked and militaristic, trained boys from age 7 to be soldiers, valuing strength and discipline above all. Spartans cared little for luxury or art, focusing on loyalty and obedience. Their government was built for stability and war, ruled by 2 kings and elders. The rivalry between Athens and Sparta highlighted the diversity of Greek life. Their differences would eventually lead to conflict, shaping Greek history. These 2 cities embodied the extremes of what a Greek could be. Their story is central to understanding ancient Greece. In the 5th century BCE, the Greek city-states faced invasion by the mighty Persian Empire. When Greek cities in Asia Minor rebelled, Athens helped, angering King Darius of Persia. The Persians invaded, but at Marathon, outnumbered Athenians won a stunning victory. 10 years later, King Xerxes returned with a massive force. Greeks united. At Thermopylae, 300 Spartans and allies made a legendary stand. Though defeated, their courage inspired all of Greece. At Salamis, Athenian ships destroyed the Persian navy. At Plataea, Spartans led the final victory. The Persian threat ended, and Greek freedom was preserved. These wars united the Greeks and set the stage for a cultural golden age. Their victories became legendary symbols of courage and unity. The world would never be the same. After defeating Persia, Athens became the leader of the Greek world. Wealth from the Delian League funded a burst of creativity, the golden age of Athens. Under Pericles, democracy flourished and the city was transformed with grand buildings like the Parthenon. Athens attracted philosophers, artists, and playwrights, becoming a center of learning and culture. Tragedies and comedies explored human nature, while historians began recording events. Art and sculpture reached new heights, celebrating beauty and balance. But Athens' power bred jealousy, especially in Sparta. Tensions erupted into the Peloponnesian War, draining Athens and ending its golden era. The city's defeat marked the close of a remarkable chapter, yet its achievements would echo through history. Ancient Greece revolutionized how we think, especially through philosophy. Socrates questioned everything, urging people to examine their lives. His student Plato founded the academy and explored justice, reality, and the ideal society. Plato's student Aristotle studied everything from science to ethics, laying the groundwork for Western thought. Greeks also invented drama. Tragedies and comedies performed in grand theaters. Playwrights like Sophocles and Aristophanes explored fate, pride, and politics. Greek art evolved from stiff figures to lifelike sculptures, celebrating the human form. Artists like Phidias captured movement and emotion in marble and bronze. Their work honored the gods and expressed ideals of harmony and order. These thinkers and artists shaped Western culture for centuries. Their legacy still inspires us today. After years of war, Greece was weak. until Macedon rose under King Philip II. Philip united Greece, but his son Alexander would change the world. Tutored by Aristotle, Alexander led a brilliant campaign, conquering the Persian Empire from Egypt to India. He founded cities, spread Greek culture, and created the vast Hellenistic world. Greek became the language of science and government across the Middle East. Alexander died young, and his empire split among his generals. New kingdoms like Egypt's Ptolemies and Asia's Seleucids became centers of Greek culture. But constant rivalry left them vulnerable to Rome. The era of the independent city-state was over. Greek ideas now belonged to a much wider world. The Hellenistic kingdoms thrived, but Rome soon conquered Greece. The Greeks lost independence, but their culture captivated their conquerors. Romans adopted Greek art, philosophy, and science, spreading them across their empire. Greek ideas, democracy, became the foundation of Western civilization. Greek ideas, logic, became the foundation of Western civilization. Greek ideas, the Olympic Games, became the foundation of Western civilization. Their language shaped science, politics, and the arts. We still read Greek myths. We still study their philosophy. We still admire their art. The Greeks showed what creativity and curiosity can achieve. By learning their story, we understand our own world better. Their civilization ended, but their influence is timeless. The legacy of ancient Greece lives on in us all.